I'm Leo Sidran with The Art of the Story. Phil Upchurch, guitar player, bass player, composer, died on November 23rd. The news came 10 days later. Phil was a musician's musician. Those who knew, knew. He played on over 1,000 recordings, everyone from Michael Jackson and Donny Hathaway to Chaka Khan, Jimmy Reed, Curtis Mayfield, George Benson, and the Staple Singers. Producers loved to have him in the studio. Quincy Jones, Tommy LaPuma, Arif Mardin all worked with him repeatedly. From a musical standpoint, Phil Upchurch was one of those players who you heard 100 times whether you knew it or not. And like so many of the greatest studio players, he was easy to overlook unless you knew exactly where to focus. But if you did listen, you could always hear him. Phil had that rare gift, the ability to be unmistakably himself while serving the larger story. And I knew Phil for most of my life, too. My relationship with Phil is intertwined with my relationship with my father, Ben. They were friends for over 50 years. What you hear behind me is the track Nice to Have You Around from Phil's 1992 release, Whatever Happened to the Blues, which was produced by my dad. Some of my first memories of being in a studio involved the two of them together, laughing, experimenting, finding the music in the room. And some of my first gigs as a drummer were with Ben and Phil. Phil treated me with generosity and seriousness, not because I was Ben's kid, but because I was next. The next generation, the next set of hands that might carry something forward. It's easy to romanticize mentorship, but the truth is, it's how the music survives. It's how the names and the sounds persist across time. After Phil's passing, I did what I've done before when a friend leaves the stage. I called my dad. We talked. We remembered. We tried to fill in the hole that was left in the fabric. And in doing so, we performed the small, sacred act that keeps a musical life alive. We said the name.
We're here to honor Phil Upchurch. Phil was one of these guys, just an all-around gunslinger who would come in on sessions. And he played on everything from Curtis Mayfield to straight-ahead jazz records. Phil Upchurch in the 60s had a hit song called You Can't Sit Down. And we all knew that. It was this little party song. I mean, I was listening to the Staple Singers in 64, 65. I did not know that Phil Upchurch was playing bass. Back then, if you had the record, they never printed the sidemen. You know, the hook on the front of Breezing, that little guitar hook, huge hook. Phil just threw it down at the session.
That's Phil.
That's Phil. Your mom was very close to Phil.
He was so cool. He wore knee-high leather boots and he had his afro. He was beautiful to look at and watch play. He took us to Benihana's the first time we ever went there. He loved Benihana's. We went there quite a bit with him.
He was a great character, man. Very funny, very generous musically. We spent 50 years in and out of each other's lives, houses, studios, sharing not just the music, but whatever we had to share.
To hear my full tribute to the late Phil Upchurch, visit wbgo.org/studios. I'm Leo Sidran, WBGO News.